thanks so much for making time.
Of course, yeah. Thanks for having me.
So I'm just gonna start the spiel again. So I got first introduced to Ivy Studios because of the Realms of Reckoning, and just like the visual aspects, the colors kind of jumped out at me, and then we started digging a little bit into like all the games that you guys had.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was so many of them. And the number one thing that stood out was like how pretty the games actually are.
Thank you.
And I was talking to Austin, and he was telling me like you guys started off as a not an animation studio. An animation studio.
Commercial animation studio.
So can you tell me a little bit about like where you guys started and the transition over to like creating your first board game?
So we started as a commercial animation studio. I got to work with clients like Nike and Bad Robot and Netflix, all these amazing people. But we always wanted to take our passion for creativity and art and funnel them into something that is the thing, not the thing that markets about the thing.
Yeah.
And we've always loved board games. And I said to Austin one day, I'm like, man, I always made board games as a kid. What if we just made a board game? Like over a Christmas break, we take some time off for Christmas.
So you started as a hobby.
Yeah. So what else started? Austin worked with us. He was charge of sales and relationships and stuff. But we both loved board games. And so we just kicked up a prototype. We started putting art together, and eventually we kickstarted it. And that was Moonrakers. That was our very first game.
The flagship game.
And that went really well. We were able to kind of use our long history of making creative projects, and we just poured everything we had into our first game. And then we made another one, and then we made another one, and now that's all we do. We just focus on games now.
Yeah, what's your favorite game so far? Like out of everything, I know the Moonrakers is probably your baby, the one that kind of started it all.
It is. I mean, we made the most games in the Moonrakers universe. It has tons of expansions. I will always love Moonrakers, but I also have a bit of recency bias. Our most recent game is always my favorite game.
Yeah.
So for a
while, the one that you're testing the most.
Exactly. Yeah. So Realm of Reckoning is probably my favorite game right now, but we're also making a new game, which is coming out in October called Honor's End. This is the first time we've ever talked about it in public. This is the first time. Thank you. Yeah. So that is a cooperative deck builder. So first time returning back to the deck building genre since our first game. So I'm really excited for people to find out about that. We're going to be posting about that in the coming weeks.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's so many games, and they're all different and unique. But because of the marketing and the creative element, I know it's that's an Ivy Studios game.
Thank you.
What do you think makes you guys so unique in the marketing and visual side of things?
I think it's just I don't know. I think we put a lot of intention. We work with a lot of really great artists that we've had the pleasure of working with throughout my career directing animation. So I built up a big roster of creative partners that we've worked with for a long time. And that's one of the things we really try and do is we try and find artists, and we try and create projects that have a specific point of view, a specific voice. Every franchise that we make, we want it to feel like itself. We want it to feel unique and original. We want to show people in the space something that they've hopefully never seen before.
Yeah.
So that's something we aim to do with every project. The other thing we really try to aim to do is we just want to make games that could be someone's favorite game.
Yeah.
We want to make your next favorite game. It's not going to be everyone's favorite game, and that's okay, but that's the kind of thing we strive for in every game we make.
For the people watching, and because you have a variety of different games, what would be the game that you would tell someone who's wanting to get into an Ivy Studio IP? What would be the one that you'd be you should play this before you play anything else?
Well, we really have something for everyone. Honestly, I would look at our catalog. What art speaks to you? I would start there, right? What is drawing you in? Which stories are drawing you in? But also, you start at the beginning. Start with Moonrakers. It's a great deck builder. All of our games are really heavy on player interaction. We really like to get people talking or trading or negotiating. So Moonrakers is a great intro to our collection. But we also, if you're newer to gaming, we just came out with 3 new small box games that have smaller rule books, a little bit less going on, but still have, I think, the spirit of our studio in each of those games. And also, lower price point, smaller box.
Yeah.
So that would be Pillars of Fate, which is a lane battle, or Graft, which is a kind of card drafting game where you're farming on an alien planet. And then Time to Panic, which is a cooperative game, which is a new one for us.
That one looks really, really cool. That's the one you were talking to us about. Where you have to flip the cards and make sure.
Yeah, you're trying to.
Cool.
You're playing as multiversal agents trying to repair a fractured timeline.
Yeah.
So you're all working together to.
Which sounds freaking awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, trying to reorder a numbered timeline. So.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Thanks
so much for the small interview and
Of course.
Is this your That's not your first time at Gen Con.
No, it's not our first time at Gen Con. We've been here for a few years, but this is our first time having a room.
Yeah.
So it's just like we've done Gen Con and then we just kind of blew it up, and we're just like, oh my gosh, but we've made it. We're here. We got our booth set up, and
it looks
we're
super
going.
awesome. Like you could tell, like I have a video production background, so like when he told me like you guys were an animation studio, like I've seen some of like your more like polished like podcasts and like playthrough videos. Like I can tell it's like okay, like they know what direction you're doing. And like when you come in a booth like this, from like the very first, like the shell of it before you go in, you're like, okay, this is gonna be an experience.
Yeah, that's
and
what
then
we're
you go
aiming
in
for. Thank
there,
you.
and it like it almost has this like Apple-esque, like really polished like version of it, and then the games are just an extension of that.
Thank you. Yeah, we're doing our best. We're just trying to bring everything we can to everything we touch. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of Gen Con. We'll be here tomorrow again, and we got some games, and we're really excited to play test them, and kind of just get to share with everyone like the experiences of playing a variety of different games that you guys offer.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.